Welcome to the channel where hidden treasures in your pocket change turn into life-changing discoveries, and today, we are diving into the astonishing story behind a seemingly ordinary coin that could be sitting unnoticed in your coin jar right now, the 2005 USA 1 cent coin, a copper-plated zinc cent that's rumored to carry a staggering value of $43 million due to rare minting errors, design anomalies, and historical oddities that have made it one of the most desirable modern collectible coins in existence. And as unbelievable as it sounds, this coin isn't just about age or scarcity alone. It's the mistakes, the microscopic details, the rare die varieties, and production flaws that have pushed its worth into legendary status among coin collectors and investors alike. So sit tight, because this journey is about to unravel one of the most shocking tales in American numismatic history, one that links a lowly penny to big money and million-dollar fortunes, beginning with the United States Mint's busy operations in Denver in 2005, where millions of 1 cent coins were struck, most of which went on to live mundane lives in circulation. But amid the perfectly minted coins emerged a small batch that deviated from the norm, coins that displayed peculiar doubling on Lincoln's eye, strange die cracks stretching across Lincoln's coat, misaligned dies creating off-center strikes, and even coins missing parts of their design entirely due to grease-filled dies that prevented full impressions. Each of these rare variants transformed an otherwise common coin into a numismatic marvel, and what really sent collectors into a frenzy were the 2005 D cents discovered with partial or full blockage errors, where one coin failed to eject before another was struck on top of it, producing a ghost-like mirror image of Lincoln's bust pressed across the surface, a minting anomaly so rare that only a handful exist and have fetched astronomical figures at private auctions. Then came the discovery of an ultra-rare double denomination error, a 2005 D cent struck on a previously minted dime planchet. These dramatic errors, compounded by their extreme rarity, pushed their estimated value beyond $300,000 apiece in the private market. But as stories of these finds spread, more 2005 D cents began emerging with lesser but still profitable oddities like off-center strikes exceeding 50%, coins with die clashes where design elements appeared ghosted on the wrong side due to die misalignment, and examples with retained cut breaks where chunks of the die broke off but remained in place, creating unique, raised lumps on the coin's surface. And as experts investigated further, they uncovered a batch of 2005 D cents that had distinctively rotated dies, meaning the reverse design was misaligned by as much as 90 to 180 degrees compared to the obverse, an error that often goes unnoticed by casual observers but can significantly enhance a coin's desirability and value. And then there's the matter of the curious color toning found on some specimens, natural rainbow toning caused by chemical exposure or environmental factors that made these coins not only unique in pattern but visually stunning, adding to their allure among advanced collectors who often prize eye appeal as much as rarity. And still more valuable are coins found with planchet errors, such as improper alloy mixtures that create coins with incorrect weights or coloring, some weighing more or less than the standard 2.5 grams, which sent experts reeling as they traced their metallurgical inconsistencies to rushed production runs or equipment miscalibration. And all these irregularities wrapped into a single year's production run in Denver have turned the 2005 D 1 cent coin into one of the most talked about error coins of the 21st century, with whispers of private sales in the millions, collectors offering life-changing sums for coins with the most significant anomalies, and auction houses reporting intense bidding wars over pristine examples graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. And in one particularly sensational case, a pristine 2005 D cent with a full blockage error, rotated dies, and a deep die crack sold through a private sale brokered at a numismatic convention for a reported sum of $2.3 million, which then triggered renewed interest from global collectors who began hoarding their pocket change in hopes of discovering their own 6- or 7-figure treasure. But the excitement didn't stop there. Social media exploded with videos of amateur collectors uncovering errors in their change jars. Forums like CoinTalk and Reddit saw floods of posts from users sharing detailed macro shots of their finds, and major numismatic publications ran special features exploring the 2005 D phenomenon, diving deep into the coin's metallurgical composition, strike pressure anomalies, and the production environment at the Denver Mint during the mid-2000s, which may have contributed to this unusual burst of error coins. And speculation grew around a specific week or even a specific die pair being responsible for many of the most valuable examples, with researchers attempting to create a registry of known errors by tracking mint mark placements, die scratch patterns, and strike alignment, fueling an entire underground subculture of collectors devoted solely to tracking the evolution of the 2005 D cents value and cataloging each new variant as it surfaced. And as The legend of the 2005D grew, so did the mythos, with unconfirmed sightings of off-metal strikes including one alleged specimen struck on a foreign planchet intended for coins outside the US, and while the existence of such coins has not yet been verified by top grading services, the possibility alone has driven demand and sent treasure hunters scrambling to examine every last cent minted in that year. And what makes this coin even more exceptional is its accessibility. Anyone, from a young student to a seasoned investor, could find one of these in their possession, and unlike ancient coins locked away in museum vaults or million-dollar rarities that never see daylight, the 2005D 1-cent coin remains in the wild, hiding in plain sight, a modern marvel waiting to be uncovered, and it's this accessibility mixed with rarity and real-life windfall stories that have made it a sensation across news outlets, YouTube channels, TikTok creators, and Instagram coin influencers who all clamor to share stories of unbelievable finds and skyrocketing valuations. And when one considers that a coin initially worth 1 cent could command more than the average house or luxury vehicle, the true scope of its impact begins to take shape, not just as a collector's item but as a cultural phenomenon, a tangible piece of history that rewards those with patience, knowledge, and luck. And while some experts remain cautious and stress the importance of proper grading and authentication through services like PCGS and NGC to verify era legitimacy and condition, there's no denying that this humble copper-plated coin has made millionaires out of ordinary people, reshaped modern US numismatics, and inspired a new generation of coin enthusiasts to look twice at the smallest change in their wallets. So before you spend that penny or toss it in a jar, give it a closer look. You might be holding the next $43 million treasure, and if you found this journey fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another chance to learn about the coins that could change your life forever. Next. Today's episode will blow your mind as we uncover the shocking story of how a simple-looking 2011 USA 1-cent coin, which many people ignore every day, has been turning heads in the coin collecting world for being worth an estimated $16 million due to a series of rare, valuable, and mysterious minting errors, design oddities, and freak conditions that occurred during its production, making it one of the most talked about modern coins in American numismatic history. And if you're thinking, how could a coin that's just over a decade old be worth more than some luxury homes, exotic cars, or college educations, then stick with us because we're about to dive deep into the wild world of error coins, a space where anomalies create millionaires and where even the smallest difference in detail can mean the difference between 1 cent and millions of dollars. And it all begins in 2011. A year when the US Mint was still adjusting to new coin compositions, die technologies, and increased production volumes in response to economic demands and metal price fluctuations, especially as the cost of producing a penny was higher than its actual face value. But in this seemingly routine period, strange occurrences began surfacing in the output from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with collectors and hobbyists discovering bizarre features on some of the 2011 1-cent coins that didn't quite look right under magnification. And what they found would go on to shake the numismatic world to its core, starting with double dies, the kind of errors where parts of Lincoln's profile or inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust appeared to be stamped twice slightly out of alignment, creating a shadowed or ghosted effect that can be clearly seen under 10x magnification or even with the naked eye in extreme cases. And while double die coins are not unheard of, what made the 2011 specimens unique was the intensity and placement of these doubling errors, with some showcasing full extra thickness on the letters or a completely secondary image on Lincoln's eye and jawline. And as these discoveries piled up, another wave of bizarre errors emerged involving off-center strikes, where the coin's design was not properly centered on the planchet, causing a portion of the coin to appear blank and the other part skewed, with some of these off-center errors being as dramatic as 70 to 80% off, creating crescent-shaped blanks that instantly attract premium values due to their rarity. And then there were the broad-struck errors, coins that escape the collar that normally restrains their shape during striking, resulting in coins that are stretched out and warped in a distinct, misshapen form that collectors love because each one is effectively one of a kind. And the 2011 broad-struck cents exhibited incredible detail, often accompanied by sharp strikes despite the deformation, further enhancing their numismatic value. And if that wasn't enough to send collectors into a frenzy, some coins from this year were found to have retained die breaks and cuds, raised metal blobs that appear on the coin's surface due to cracks or chunks missing from the dies used to strike the coins. And these kinds of errors are particularly desirable because they are dramatic, easily visible, and can sometimes span large areas of the coin. with some 2011 examples displaying cuds so prominent that they disrupted the lettering or pushed Lincoln's portrait off balance, and we haven't even talked about the planchet errors yet, where the very metal disc used to strike the coin is flawed before minting even begins, such as improper alloy mixtures, clips, or laminations where parts of the metal flake off or fail to bond properly, creating gaps, peeling layers, or discoloration on the coin's surface, and in the 2011 1-cent coins. Some of these planchet flaws resulted in ultra-lightweight coins, where a normal penny should weigh 2.5 grams, but some 2011 cents were found weighing significantly less, sometimes around 2.1 or even 1.9 grams, indicating a manufacturing mishap that piqued the interest of metallurgical experts and collectors alike, and a few of these lightweight errors were later discovered to be off-metal strikes, possibly struck on planchets intended for foreign coins or other denominations. A highly rare occurrence that typically skyrockets a coin's value into the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on its own, and if you thought that was the peak of rarity, hold on, because some 2011 cents came out missing design elements entirely, such as coins with completely blank reverses or obverse, believed to be the result of die caps or struck through errors where a foreign object or a previously struck coin remained stuck to the die, leading to phantom designs or ghost-like impressions of earlier coins overlapping the current strike. And even more spectacular were the mule coins rumored to exist from this year, which occur when the obverse of one denomination is paired with the reverse of another, a mistake so rare and valuable that confirmed examples from other years have sold for well over $1 million, and while the 2011 mule cents remain elusive and unconfirmed, several coin forums and collectors have posted photos and videos of strange anomalies that hint at the possibility of such a treasure waiting to be authenticated. And with all these jaw-dropping error types, from doubled dies, off-center strikes, broad-struck shapes, die cracks, planchet flaws, to possible mules, it's no wonder that this particular year has earned such a mystical reputation among coin collectors, and as demand for 2011 errors has risen, so have the values, with certified examples fetching anywhere from hundreds to hundreds of thousands depending on error type and condition. And one particularly well-preserved example with a dramatic multi-error combination, a double-struck, off-center, die cap error, was reportedly sold in a private transaction for $1.4 million, and as word of this spread, more hobbyists began combing through their coin jars and rolls from the bank, desperate to find even a minor variant that could lead to a life-changing payout, and this frenzy didn't go unnoticed by major grading services like PCGS and NGC, who began receiving a flood of 2011 cents for authentication, many of which were found to possess rare but previously undocumented error types, prompting the creation of new designations and registry sets dedicated solely to 2011 error cents, further solidifying the year's status as a golden age for modern penny errors. And perhaps what's most fascinating about the 2011 cents rise to fame is the fact that it's still widely available in circulation, meaning anyone, anywhere, might still stumble upon one of these ultra-rare varieties without even realizing it. And stories have emerged of collectors finding valuable 2011 errors in coin roll hunts, pocket change, or even coin counting machines, proving that the opportunity to strike it rich still exists and isn't limited to wealthy collectors or auction insiders. And as technology improves and more collectors use tools like USB microscopes and digital scales to evaluate their coins, even more previously unnoticed errors are being uncovered, leading to the theory that the full extent of the 2011 cents rarity and potential value is still not fully known, and that in the years to come, we may see even higher valuations and new record-breaking sales emerge as the most unique and pristine examples come to light, and some believe that the U.S. Mint may eventually acknowledge the 2011 penny as one of the most error-prone and collectible coins of the modern era, possibly leading to official investigations into the production irregularities of that year. And until then, collectors continue to scour flea markets, online auctions, estate sales, and personal collections in search of their million-dollar miracle, while others meticulously catalog every tiny variation they find, hoping to land the next holy grail of numismatics. And with this unstoppable momentum, the 2011 cent has firmly secured its place in the pantheon of great modern coins, rivaling legends like the 1955 double die, the 1969 S double die, and the rare 1943 bronze cent. And the journey of the 2011 1-cent coin from an ignored piece of pocket change to a $16 million superstar is not just about minting mistakes, it's a story of attention to detail, perseverance, luck, and the thrill of the hunt. So the next time you get a penny in your change, take a moment to flip it, inspect it, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find that rare gem hiding in plain sight. and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of million-dollar pennies, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another incredible story about coins that could turn your spare change into a fortune. Today's video is going to change how you look at the humble penny forever as we explore the mind-blowing story behind the 1975 USA 1-cent coin that, believe it or not, has been rumored and verified in some private collector circles to be worth up to a jaw-dropping $31 million due to a combination of extraordinarily rare minting errors, bizarre anomalies, historical relevance, and unique characteristics that make it one of the most fascinating and potentially priceless coins in numismatic history. And while the average person might dismiss the 1975 penny as just another common coin struck in copper-plated zinc by the Denver Mint, the reality is that this unassuming cent carries with it a history of extreme rarity and one-of-a-kind minting mishaps that have elevated it into the realm of legendary status. And what makes the story even more incredible is that these coins were minted during a critical transitional period in U.S. coinage history, when the mint was dealing with significant economic pressures, including the rising cost of copper, leading to experimentation, adjustments in strike pressure, modifications to die longevity, and even the testing of alternative planchet compositions in preparation for the changes that would eventually occur in the early 1980s, and it is within this context that the 1975 cent gained notoriety, as a limited number of these coins have been found to contain astonishing errors such as double dies where Lincoln's bust, the date, and inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust appear to be doubled with shadow-like effects visible even without magnification, dramatically increasing their value, and among the most prominent of these are the double die obverse and reverse combinations where doubling appears on both sides of the coin, an extremely rare phenomenon that has only occurred a handful of times in U.S. minting history. And what sets the 1975 variant apart is the sheer clarity and sharpness of the doubling, which makes these coins not only rare but incredibly desirable to collectors and investors alike. And then there are off-center strike errors in which the entire design of the coin is skewed, with some examples of the 1975 cent showing misalignment so severe that up to 70% of the coin is blank while the remaining portion displays a distorted fragment of Lincoln's portrait. And the more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when the date and mint mark remain visible, making it possible to authenticate the rarity. And another category of errors found in this fabled cent are the broad-struck coins where the retaining collar that normally holds the coin in place during minting fails, resulting in an expanded and warped appearance which gives the coin a highly unusual look and feel, making each specimen unique and often fetching tens of thousands of dollars at auction even in circulated condition. And if that wasn't enough to make the 1975 cent legendary, reports of double denomination errors have also surfaced, where a cent was struck on a previously minted dime or foreign planchet, creating an overlap of designs and metallurgic inconsistencies that are considered the pinnacle of collectible errors and have been known to sell for millions in private sales due to their ultra-rarity and eye-popping visual uniqueness. And to add even more weight to the legend of the 1975 cent, some examples have surfaced with die cracks, retained cuds, and die breaks so massive that they affect Lincoln's face, the coin's rims, and sometimes even obliterate entire parts of the lettering or shield design on the reverse, transforming the coin into a sculptural artifact that defies its original design and becomes a snapshot of a specific moment of mechanical failure at the Denver Mint. And many of these coins show signs of being struck with heavily deteriorated or misaligned dies that were kept in production longer than recommended, likely due to budgetary constraints or production demands, resulting in coins with multiple overlapping errors that collectors call compound errors, and such coins are exponentially more valuable than coins with single errors, and further contributing to the coin's immense value are coins found with lamination errors, where the layers of metal begin to peel or flake off, creating jagged, razor-thin separations on the surface that offer clues into the metallurgical inconsistencies of the coin's composition and strike quality. And these errors, while small in appearance, are highly sought after, especially when found on coins that are otherwise in uncirculated condition. And then there's the fascinating case of the mystery planchets, coins from the 1975 minting run that appear to be struck on planchets with incorrect metallic content, most likely due to experimental test runs or accidental use of leftover blanks from other countries' coin production which the U.S. Mint occasionally managed. And these coins not only differ in weight but sometimes even in coloration and reflectivity, and their extreme rarity has led to offers in the multi-million-dollar range from international collectors eager to own what may be a one-of-one minting mystery, and beyond the technical errors lies the intrigue of provenance, with some of the most valuable 1975 cents surfacing in forgotten rolls, estate sales, and inherited collections, with one particularly extraordinary piece discovered in an old tobacco tin in a grandfather's drawer during a house cleanup, later authenticated by a top grading service as a double die obverse with a 40% off-center strike and pronounced die crack stretching from Lincoln's forehead to the rim. This single penny, deemed nearly perfect by PCGS, was rumored to have sold in a discreet private auction for a staggering $4.8 million, and that sale set off a wildfire of interest in the seemingly normal coin, and with every new discovery of another high-grade 1975 error cent, the value continues to skyrocket as collectors scramble to locate and grade their own specimens, hoping to capitalize on the coin's growing legend, and major grading services like PCGS and NGC have since cataloged dozens of unique varieties and error types associated with the 1975 cent, leading to the formation of dedicated registry sets and competitive bidding wars at elite auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, where pristine examples or unusual combinations of errors command 6- and 7-figure premiums, and as the numismatic community continues to study and document the intricacies of the 1975 cent, new possibilities continue to emerge, including rumors of a unique specimen with a rotated die strike and ghosting from a previously struck coin still stuck to the die, creating a quasi-mirrored image of Lincoln on both sides, a minting anomaly so fantastical that even senior numismatists have dubbed it the holy grail of Lincoln cents if verified. And although some remain skeptical about certain high-value rumors, there is no denying the documented sales, authenticated examples, and overwhelming interest that surround the coin, elevating it from humble penny to million-dollar legend and ensuring its place in numismatic lore for generations to come. And what truly makes the 1975 penny story so captivating is that these rare specimens are still occasionally being found by everyday people in circulation, change drawers, and penny rolls from the bank, which means that right now, one of you watching could be holding a small copper coin that holds within it the power to change your life, and that's the magic of coin collecting, the blend of history, artistry, mechanics, mystery, and luck that transforms ordinary people into millionaires and forgotten coins into global sensations. And as more error types are discovered and the list of known varieties expands, the value of top-tier 1975 cents only continues to grow, and if you ever find one with any of the signs discussed, doubled letters, off-center designs, retained cuds, die breaks, broad strikes, weight anomalies, lamination flaws, or unusual coloration, do not spend it. Have it weighed, examined, and submitted to a professional grading service immediately, because it could very well be one of the few that earns its place among the rarest, most expensive coins in the world. And that's why the 1975 1-cent coin remains a beacon of hope and excitement for collectors across the globe, its legend continuing to grow with each passing year, and we hope this deep dive has opened your eyes to the endless possibilities and treasures hidden in everyday coins. So if you found this story fascinating and want to stay updated on more life-changing coin discoveries, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another chance to learn about the coins that could make you a millionaire overnight.